Grab yourself a cuppa. I am having cafe au lait. I made myself. Mm-mm-mm. Oh my goodness. There's so much to be grateful for. Welcome everybody to my garden. I have got something up there, it's a crystal, and that other thing is a little garden gnome. And my cinematography is going very poorly. I'm in cinema mode with this camera phone. Oh, there we go. We're doing good. There we go. We're doing good. You can see the crystal. We're honed in on that. So this is a listenable video. And I'm on my back patio with a cup of something steamy. It's morning time. My goodness, and I am looking up at the sun and I am saying to myself, oh my lucky stars, I have a front row to the sun. I have a first row seat at this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful show. And it's this life on this planet. And I'm in this wonderful place, just this content place, content with everything, including the financial status that I was woe is me a while back ago, where I was hinted at sort of like a victim mentality, but in truth, it's a real egoic experience as a human. Humans go through the feelings of lack, and the poverty mentality is part of the negative programming that says we have to have X, Y, and Z already in a reserve in order to have a retirement where we can be gray, happy, healthy looking and drinking a glass of Chardonnay in the sun on a yacht cruise in retirement, you know, with perfect teeth. So that's they sell this bill of goods about what vacation is going to be like. Your life is going to be vacation after you put all this work in. I'm drinking. Apologize for that swallowy sound. I'll try to do it away from the mic. It's not likely to happen though. I'm not making any promises. Let me retract that. let me retract it. Shall we? Yeah, a little garden gnome says, retract that. I have other little garden gnomes. I have one over here. See it? So that's the hellebore. I have a video in one of my travel blogs. If you go to my travel playlist, you'll see where I got that hellebore. That one right back there. It's spelled Hellebore. Hellebore or hellebore? Hellebore. Hellebore. And this one, I got it at this, if you go to Google search and do Hellebore Farm, North Carolina, that's where it is. I don't remember the name right now. And you would go to next up to Virginia and look at the town I went to. I went to the inn. Was it Clarksville, Virginia? I went to the Travelers Inn. And it's everything you would want in a winter inn, because what they had was a fire, so you could be all toasty warm, and you could buy a bottle of wine there. You weren't allowed to bring your own in. And I just had the most delightful time being in that environment. So it was Clarksville, Cooper's Landing, Travelers Inn, and Tavern. And I had one of the best cuts of meat I ever had. I'm in my 60s, and I stopped eating meat up until I was in 2010. I started because I was spleen deficient, and I needed the nutrients that only red meat can provide for me. I'm a type O positive. There's another little garden gnome. And I didn't read Diet for Your Blood Type, but I was curious because I felt better, and I was like, maybe there's something to this. So what you're seeing here is I have my grape trellis that I allowed to grow, and its main source is what you see coming right here. There we are, yeah. So I think I'm supposed to come up here and trim to a certain point. So I'm going to read up and see that video and patch it in, or link that information below this one, or all of the above. But we will see just how far. Oops, I'm honing into the wrong thing. Yeah, there we go. How far from the source, and the source is well over there, away from the foundation. You can see it curved. It's that curvy thing. It's very young. I let it come up this year, so that's only a year old from itself, just growing. It's a volunteer muscadine grape from North Carolina. And you can train them, and as long as they don't become just sprawly and all their energy just goes into growing, the energy will go into becoming grapes. Yep, so that's how you train them. So this vine here, this was my passion flower vine, which I allowed to climb up to the top there. Isn't that nice? And then I made it look like a Christmas tree. It has little plastic cardinals in it, and then these are little blinking lights. But right now, I turned it off. And one of my neighbors went, tisk, tisk. You know, we have our neighborhood Karen. But she's not confrontational. She's passive-aggressive instead. That's my kind of neighborhood Karen. That's the best kind to have. Yeah, just a passive-aggressive one, nothing terrible. So I have this hanging. And I just like to create beauty in my space. But I also invite in the haphazardness of nature. So I love to let things get sloppy. But let the leaves hang out and decompose and stuff. Brings me closer to the earth. And then I found this wonderful staff, which someday will become something. But right now it's a staff in the corner of my patio. I have my hanging curtains, which were installed by my buddy Wayne. Wayne's birthday. His 66 was this year, and we went to the fair. He's my friend and buddy. It's so much more fun having a man as a friend. He's motivating me to cook something good for him, and he doesn't even know it. It's better to surprise somebody than to make them promises. Right now, we have a friendship that is platonic, and that's the way I like it. You know, I would know as a woman whether or not I was attracted to somebody physically or not by whether or not I had any sort of sensation in my own body in response. And then we know what energy is. You have to read what that energy is. See whether or not it is something that would be considered a trauma bond, which I had with that last bad daddy in Virginia, the biggest lesson of them all. Without having had that lesson, I wouldn't know the extremity to which a child of a narcissistic mother will go in life to prove herself worthy of love. And when you're the only one going over and above and beyond in a relationship constantly, and it actually is physically harming you to be in relationship, then one has to question what did happen to that person in their childhood to make them such doormats, so self-abandoning, so willing to continually prove themselves for love, as if they have to perform and be something other than the beauty of themselves and be a normal human. Meaning you're not a slob. You like pick up after yourself. You do your dishes. You're not just, hey, I exist, therefore thou wast be unto me a slave of a man. No. Or in my case, I just could love so hugely. I realized how big my love was for them. And in the video I did called Grieving an Empty Casket, I talk about how true widows, true females who have had to leave an alcoholic, who have had these abusive relationships, we never had a husband die. We had a relationship die. And our divorcee status does not give us the same respect as a widow. And those of us who have been in the dating circuit know what I'm talking about. Which is why you do not date on dating sites after a certain age. I'd say mid-50s on, like, forget it. If you haven't found it by then, perhaps it's better not to. It's better just to live your life. In my case, like those people who are functioning or those people who are dysfunctioning and don't know it and they're attracted to each other's dysfunction or still healing, and then will have this crazy mixed up life, you know, I'm not glamorizing partners and relationships and people who are together. And she got the man, yeah, she got a mess of a man. She got a dysfunctional man. She got a non-present man. She got an emotionally volatile man, but also an emotionally non-supportive man. So a man who then blames you for his feelings, but yet isn't there for you when you have them. She got him, yay. Who won? So I thank my lucky stars. I am in a position, a very interesting and lovely one, in which I am being supplied with just enough. Nor more, and no more. And you know what it's done? It has made me more willing to be resourceful, and it's created a neural pathway in my mind for me to be looking at roads and ways to get places. And it's about time I go to my AAA office and got some real maps, because the most exciting thing excuse me sorry, that was a phlegm ball. Gross. Is that I am going to start going on Amtrak rides from Union Station, Raleigh, and I am going to see what there is to see and where I can go in between these towns, you know, because it's going to be so much fun just to see also what you can get to from downtown Raleigh. I'll take you on little footpath tours with me, little catwalks with chats, coming soon. All right, well, And consider your life, consider your beautiful life, make it beautiful for you, and enjoy what you've created, enjoy what you have in your life. That's my little birch bark covered decorative bird house. I am pinning it back together again, and I have to get some glue. I don't have any wood clamps, but I think I need to find some wood glue and some clamps. And we're also going to go to the Hobby Lobby, and we're going to go to anyway, stick with me, kid. We're going places. Enjoy life, and fill in below what you're doing and what makes your life zany and fun.